Coming over to the shelf below my window, here we have a plant called Duke of Tuscany. And this Duke of Tuscany yields these little buds, and you can see I'm going to have 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 little buds, and they look like tiny miniature white roses, but they have a strong, intense fragrance of jasmine, and they're just beautiful. And these red stemmed plants are going to have some drooping red flowering pieces to it. They're lovely. Those are growing from the seeds from last year's plants. And down here we have my vineyard, my one surviving grapevine, and it has some supporting plants, and Morning Glory is climbing its stems. And here we have a lilac bush. If this thing can get to blooming, it'd be just beautiful. But it's having a hard time getting started. I bought it at the same time I bought some of my citrus plants, and it's just not getting there. Over here we have another plumeria tree and another plumeria tree. This plumeria tree I actually bought near Cleveland, Ohio. And these two guys will be blooming, and I'm glad about that. They're tough to grow here. Have to bring them in each winter. And then this plant behind here is it came from my cousin's mother-in-law's front yard in Okinawa. And it is a hibiscus plant. I only have one bloom currently, but it is as large as it has ever been. Down here I keep a star jasmine plant, and this star jasmine has some of the, you can see it's about to bloom additionally, and it has the prettiest little white, and they're fragrant little blossoms. It's just beautiful. The fragrance is very lovely. It's like a clean, clear, crisp fragrance. And another flowering pot here. And down here I've got some vegetables growing. Some pepper plants and some cucumber plants. They're miniature cucumbers. It's supposed to be good for pickles. Flowering plant. Here's another tuberosa. I put this one here because he's got this great big stem coming out, and I don't know what that is, to tell you the truth. I think it's either going to be a cucumber or a cantaloupe. Sometimes I just throw my seeds out in the yard, and that's what happens. Here's a plant that is trying to come back, and here's another house spider plant that I'm trying to revive. The spider plant comes out like this, and this whole backyard will be full of these spiders pretty quick. So, as a larger view, you can see that my hanging baskets on this side and my hanging baskets on this side are both my vegetable gardens. So in this one, I have 2 strawberry plants, and I have a tomato plant, and some of those miniature sunflower plants, and the cucumber plants. And this one has the tomato plant, and cucumber plants, and banana bell pepper plants. And pretty much the same thing on this side. You really get more seeds than you need, and so I decided this is what we're going to do here. So we have, again, tomato plant, miniature sunflower, and maybe lots of weeds, I'm not sure. And here we have, again, another tomato plant. I can see this cucumber plant is starting to have its vine grow, so we'll have to redirect its growth pattern. And now down here is my citrus grove. And my citrus grove is really doing quite well. I got them as little miniature plants. They weren't 6 inches tall when I first got them about 5 months ago, and so they are really doing well. I'm going to put those out on the end of my extension here, but we have to remove the extension temporarily to fix a leak in the roof, and that's why the tarp is over the top of it for now. And then down here I also have what is it? Oh yeah, it's a blueberry bush. He's not doing very well either. He should be as large as. So my blueberry bush and my lilac bush aren't doing that great. And so then we have also a flower basket here that provides lovely color. The birds love them. The bees come up. Here I've transplanted some more of the spider plants and interlaced them with some additional plants to give them color from the flowers. Same thing on this side. Another spider plant on top. And down in here, this is my crop of, I planted some seeds. These ought to be bushes at some time. So we have this one, and this one is going to be one type. And then these are going to be another type. And they're supposed to attract hummingbirds, bumblebees, and butterflies. Oh, and out of the corner of my eye, what do I see over here? But there is a deer passing through my backyard, grazing as he goes. That's always pleasant. He's not too worried about too many things. I think this is the same deer I saw a couple of mornings ago. He doesn't, they're very cautious. I toss out an old apple or something if need be. Anyway, this is the tour of my deck. And I have another flower box going on here. I will be putting that on that railing. Some more tuberosas, other spider plants, and that's my deck. And I just love it up here in the mornings over coffee, or in the evenings over a beer. It's very pleasant. And I don't know if we can see that deer any better. That's as magnified as my lens gets in my camera. So, I know this is a little longer than what I intended, but that's my deck.